guys, I'm sorry for the weird angle of this video, but I'm doing something over there where I normally film, so I had to stand here. This tag was created by Read Like Wildfire, and I was tagged by Jude over at Jude Han, and I shall link her video below. So today I will be doing the Totally Didn't book tag. Number one is Totally Didn't Need a Sequel, and I would have to go with Marked by the Dragon King. Now, this book is like a whole book that's been split into like 3 or 4 different sections. And section 2 truly just did not need to happen. All they did was argue throughout the entire second half of this whole book. So it didn't need to happen. It was so bad that I actually deleted it off my e-reader, and once you delete something, you can never get it back. Number 2, totally didn't need more than one point of view, and I would have to go with The Desert Lord's Baby. Now this book I really actually liked. I truly did like this book, but I don't think it needed Falcon's point of view in this book. I think we could have just done with Carmen's point of view for this book. So I liked it. I just didn't enjoy his point of view so much. Number 3, totally didn't need to change the cover. Now this is probably the one book series that I have found where that the change of the covers really bugs me. I know a lot of booktubers go through it, like they'll get like 2 or 3 books in a pretty edition, and then the next book will just be terrible. So the covers for Lindsay Sands' Arjanu Family series started off kind of like this. You know, they're nice, they're pretty, kind of mysterious at the same time. And then they changed to this. It's terrible. I wish I could find this one in this edition, but unfortunately I can't, so I had to settle for this one. Number 4, totally didn't need a love triangle, and I think this one is going to be kind of obvious, and I would have to go with New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, the second book in the Twilight Saga. This just did not need to happen. This love triangle truly was pointless, so annoying, and I think completely unnecessary, because even though the love triangle was there, she still chose the person we all knew she was going to pick. So I just don't think it needed to happen. I understand that it added more elements to the story, but I just don't think it was necessary. Now this next book I'm going to talk about, I will include a spoiler, so I will raise my hand when I'm going to mention the spoiler, and you should probably mute your screen then, and then I will put my hand down when I am done. So number 5 did not need to be included in the series, and I would have to go with City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. So this book I think was just completely unnecessary to the series. So go ahead and mute your screen if you planned to read this, either the series or this book. Other than Simon becoming a vampire, what happened in this book? Really nothing. So I don't think it needs to be included in the series. I love the Mortal Instruments series, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think this book needed to be included in the series. Number 6, totally didn't need a cliffhanger. This one I truly have no book for, because I can't think of a book with a cliffhanger that I didn't think didn't need it. Number 9, did not need a related book reference, and I would have to go with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Now this, in the corner, it says fans of Hunger Games and the Game of Thrones will love it. I tried reading the Game of Thrones book once, and I could not make it that far into it, and the Hunger Games doesn't sound that interesting to me. I saw both the movies with my friend once because she has the DVDs and she brought them over for us to watch. They were pretty good, but I don't think I'd want to read it. I don't think I could read it in book form. So that reference almost made me walk away from this book, figuring it'd be something like those two, figuring it'd be people not only fighting for their lives but fighting for some sort of throne, and so I didn't think it would be interesting. But then I noticed a lot of people who I follow on BookTube seem to love this book, and books that they seem to love I also love, and so I decided on a leap of faith to pick it up, and I'm so glad I did, because it was definitely worth it. I haven't read the Hunger Games, so I can't say it's exactly alike, but I have read some of the first Game of Thrones book, and I don't see the similarities other than it being like a kingdom. Other than that, I didn't see too much of a similarity in there. But again, I only made it some way through the book. I don't even think I made it halfway through that book, so I could be wrong, and it could be almost exactly like the book, and I just haven't read it. I love the TV show, just did not like the book so much. But like I said, I am glad that I ignored the reference and went with a leap of faith. Last but not least is Totally Didn't Deserve My Time, and that is a book that you believe truly didn't deserve your time, and that if you could, you would go back and just not read that book. And I would go with Happy Hour at Casa Dracula by Maria Costa. Now this book truly was not worth my time. The only interesting part of this book, I'd have to say, was the beginning and certain middle points. I kept pushing my way through this book hoping, you know, it would get better, and then it did, and then it would fall again, and then it'd get a little more interesting just as I was about to put it down. And by the time I was done with this book, I was not only frustrated, disappointed, but I so wanted to just throw this against the wall. And if it was a physical book, I probably would have thrown it against the wall. But unfortunately, ebook, and I'm not going to damage my e-reader for it. So unfortunately, it was not worth my time, and even worse, it was not worth the money. Well, that was the Totally Didn't book tag, and if I choose to tag anyone, I will link them below, and of course I will let the people know. I will see you guys next time. Bye!